At Advantage, we believe in helping businesses be better together. At the core of what we do is help supplier companies such as yours listen to the voice of your customers and then take action against what matters most. Having visibility into how you perform according to your customers' expectations and contextualizing this with your competitive performance can be a catalyst for success. In order to harness this success in customer engagement, you must ensure you're driving action against their feedback. Driving action begins with listening. This is quickly followed by engaging both your cross-functional organization and your customers in the process. Advantage advocates 4 critical success steps following the release of your Advantage Report feedback. These steps will strengthen your customer engagement and commercial outcomes. Number 1, sharing the results internally. Number 2, goal setting and action planning. 3, engaging and communicating with your customers. 4, preparing for the next wave of customer feedback. Step 1, sharing the results internally. Customer feedback has to matter to everyone in your organization, from the board of directors to the individual contributor. No one in an organization is exempt from the obligation to ensure that customers are the focal point of all decisions. Best-in-class suppliers communicate what constitutes a healthy customer engagement culture and ensures that everyone understands the role they play in making this culture real. They are intentional about cascading the feedback and results they receive throughout their organization. This includes up and down the hierarchy and across the cross-functional business, engaging sales and customer teams, supply chain, marketing, category, insights, e-commerce, and sustainability functions, and even HR and finance teams. They recognize that customer engagement is not an all-or-nothing concept. It constantly moves along a continuum. As a result, there's a comfort in discussing their customer engagement culture within the organization, as well as externally. Best-in-class suppliers frequently measure their health of their customer engagement culture with a focus on trends rather than absolute values. This empowers them to understand the journey and if it's going in the right direction. Best-in-class suppliers come together to discuss their Advantage Report customer feedback and ask, what's good? What's not? Why might that be? Where can we go from good to great? Where do we need to improve? Are there any immediate fixes required? Where are we with our customers today, and where do we want to be tomorrow? They embrace feedback, even when it's not as good as they want it to be, because it represents an opportunity for growth. Step 2, goal setting and action planning. Where do you want to improve? By setting goals, you will hold yourselves and your teams accountable. Consider, are you in the lower tier seeking to move up? Is there a burning platform against which you need to leapfrog? Are you closing the gap to be the industry leader? Are you aiming to be in the top 3 for your category? Or are you simply trying to stop putting out fires? When action planning, interpret the feedback through 4 lenses to successfully identify key strengths and opportunities. 1. Your company's performance in the current year, both as a score and relative to your competitive set. 2. Your performance over time. Where have you improved the most or declined the most? 3. Your performance relative to what is most significant to your customers. 4. Your performance relative to your strategic goals, both internally, such as company objectives, and externally, such as JBP plans. Once you have defined your priorities, take a close look at them and think about the importance of getting the basics consistently right. Typically, supply chain, customer service, and retail execution are some of the prerequisites to be able to engage with customers about promotions, category, or strategy. When you have an idea of your goal and what your priorities are, you are off to a great start. Remember, it's important to create action plans at both the market and customer level, establish company-wide objectives, and take a more granular approach to understanding and delivering on your individual customer feedback. It is at the account level where you will make the most progress. Conduct your action planning sessions to allow for cross-team sharing of best practices and approaches. Integrate regular reviews into your calendar to ensure the plans are being discussed throughout the year. Step 3. Engaging and communicating with your customer. Advantage encourages you to lead discussions with your customers on their feedback to make sure they feel engaged in the process and that you understand their feedback and your opportunities. In fact, this is a key behavior of best-in-class companies. First, thank them for taking the time to complete the Advantage survey and for providing feedback on your company. Explain to them that you have listened to their feedback, you have digested some key themes which you would like now to discuss and refine for how you might improve. It's essential that you keep the discussion focused on the feedback coming from their entire organization and not from them specifically. Do not challenge the feedback or ask them to explain why they ranked or rated you in such a way. Remember, when your customers complete the Advantage survey, they're not ranking your company, but providing an assessment on a 1 to 5 scale for relative performance to other companies. For a productive conversation, stay focused on themes and feedback, not scores and ranks. As you commence dialogue with your customers, use this opportunity to have conversations that will help you both improve your business relationships. An example discussion around a single practice might include questions such as, how can we improve on this practice over the next 12 months? Is there a competitor that is doing something that we could learn from? Are there any ways in which we can go further to give you an even better experience? Are there any other people in your organization we should be discussing improvement opportunities with? What does success in our relationship at this practice look like to you over the next year? Do you have any other feedback or suggestions for us? Remember to stay objective and to speak your customer's language. Put yourself in their position and try to see things through the lens of their business priorities and objectives. If you don't know what these are, now's a great time to ask. By collaborating with your customers on your action plans, they'll also become invested with you and will naturally start seeing you as a more engaged partner. Step 4. Preparing for the next wave of customer feedback. Acting on feedback is not a point-in-time activity, but rather an iterative process. Establish regular reviews internally and with your customers against your plans. Don't forget to engage and communicate your action plans back across the functions within your business to ensure you're all working to deliver against your customer plan. Review the steps you have taken together to improve engagement and outcomes. Be honest about areas that are still works in progress. Finally, please take all opportunities to thank your customers for their participation and feedback in the Advantage survey. Let them know how seriously your organization prioritizes customer feedback and your commitment to listen and drive action. Reiterating this message is how you will keep them engaged and supporting your partnership through feedback. Your customer feedback is based not only on the facts of your performance, but on the perception you create. People do business with people. The more you engage your customers in the process, the more likely they are to give you candid and actionable feedback. Collaboration creates opportunities for growth and is simply a more enjoyable way to work. We're here to help you in your customer engagement journey.